Hi, Willemix today to showing you a little trick that I use to simulate parallel processing by hardware, but with plugins. So, what I got here is a stereo aux track, and I use some tracks to send them to these aux tracks, level accordingly to my taste. And I use some processing that I will show you here. So first let's solo the parallel track here without any processing. So basically I'm sending snares to this one, this snare and the clap one. So first, my first plugin is the CLA76, the black one, because it had the harmonic and the saturation that I wanted to add here. So basically it will add a bit of volume, but listen to it with and without. Okay, so it's quite louder here, but basically I'm using it on the whole settings, ready to squash it a lot. Then I use the DBX 160 by Wave Still Wave plugins, and this one without any makeup gain, so it will balance a bit the volume between the processed and unprocessed track, so listen to it. So basically it helps the low mid of the snare to get through a little more. So let's listen with and without. So it really helps to get that room sound out of the snare, and that's what I wanted here. Then I use the VMR by Slate Digital, and basically what I use is pretty crazy processing here. So all the 1176 blue stripe here, they are not compressing, they're off. I only use them for the harmonics and saturation that they got. Then I use the London Virtual Tube Collection by Slate, and I push it quite extremely on console mode because it's a bit more subtle than preamp mode, and it adds something to the stereo image that I love. And I use the output to compensate a bit for the volume. So let's hear what it does here. In fact, it helps the snare to be a little more denser, a little more punchy in the end. So with and without any processing now. Then I send it to plate and hall and some echoes to give a little more vibe to it. So it sounds pretty 80s, but that's exactly the goal of this track. The man that sent me this track wanted me to make it sound a lot 80s, to have an 80s vibe. So now what we have to do is to blend it with the original track, like this. And then blending it accordingly to the old track. So let's listen to it without and with after. Okay, so that was my trick to emulate hardware parallel processing. So I get pretty crazy with all those plugins. and it was mainly to emulate the hardware harmonics that I got when I mixed with hardware stuff, because I used to mix with hardware and go through a console, so it has another harmonic stage, another saturation stage, so I wanted to emulate that. Of course, I could use Slate VCC to emulate a bit the harmonic here, but I wanted really to have those harmonic of the 1176, so that's why I used them instead of VCC. Hope you liking my trick, and if you have any question about this specific trick, don't hesitate to ask me, and bye!